It looks like I'm with you all week, by the way, so hope you like me. Hey, let's take a look outside this morning. 70 degrees down there at Hobby Airport, 69 degrees at Bush. I'll tell you what, it's just a balmy start to the day. One thing I'm watching very carefully is going to be this chance of thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon hours. You say, well, what thunderstorms? I don't see anything on radar. You are correct, but look just to our north. We have a nasty squall line that has developed. This is pushing through the Arklatex, now getting out towards just to the north of Lufkin, and this may actually clip some of our far northeast counties, including Polk, Liberty, and San Jacinto counties. So heads up there. Rain chances 20% throughout the afternoon here locally. We'll have more in your forecast and a cool down next weekend coming up. Steph, good morning.
Good morning, Blake. Okay, nice dry roads though to start. So if you are heading to work shortly, it's been a fairly calm morning for you. Now, I do want to take you straight to the Hardy Toll Road because there was a big rig that was stalled for the last 30 minutes, really snarling up traffic trying to get to the North Loop. That has been cleared away. Your exit reopened as both connectors are to the North Loop going east and westbound, and all of that problem we saw there with the backup, it's gone away. Let's take you to the North Freeway northbound lanes as you approach the Beltway. Traffic is nice and smooth in both directions. All right, we'll send it back to you, Russ and Lisa.
Thank you, Steph.
Adam Bennett continues our rush block now. He is in Deer Park this morning where workers are cleaning up after that chemical fire at ITC.
Adam, students in that area are heading back to school this morning.
That's right, Lisa. This will be the first time in days that students here at Deer Park ISD and several other districts have made their way to class. Of course, Tuesday was the last time we saw students here in Deer Park go to class, but we also are seeing students from LaPorte, Pasadena, Galena Park, Sheldon ISD, Goose Creek Consolidated, and a couple of Yes Prep campuses. They're all reopening today. The higher-ups made this call after talking with district officials throughout the weekend. Now, over at ITC, though, efforts are ongoing. Crews are still trying to contain chemicals that spilled into the nearby waterways. They're pumping out chemicals from the burned-out tanks at the site, and the Houston Ship Channel remains closed. Now, nearby in LaPorte, ISD officials there say they are replacing and checking air conditioning filters and cleaning playground equipment just out of an abundance of caution to keep those students safe. Russ and Lisa.
All right, thank you, Adam, very much. It's 3 minutes after 6, and right now we're going to give you a live look from Washington, D.C. this morning, where President Trump says that he is totally exonerated. The Mueller report on Russian election meddling is finally finished. The big question now is, will we actually see any of it? Janelle Bluta has more on that possibility and also the reaction on social media this morning. But first, Mola getting us up to speed this morning from Capitol Hill.
Well, all we have now is a 4-page letter from Attorney General William Barr to Congress summarizing Robert Mueller's findings. It says that while the Russians did try to influence the 2016 presidential election, the Trump campaign did not work with them, a finding that President Trump touted on Sunday.
No collusion. It was a complete and total exoneration.
But the report did not go that far. Dealing with possible obstruction of justice charges, the special counsel stated that while this report does not conclude that the president committed a crime, it also does not exonerate him. Barr says he and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, two Trump appointees, decided that the evidence was not sufficient. Democrats, like House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler, are calling on Barr to release the full report and testify before Congress. Over the nearly 2-year-long investigation, charges were brought against 34 people, including 6 of the president's advisors on his 2016 presidential campaign. While no more charges are expected from the Mueller investigation, there are currently 2 criminal probes tied to the president. On Capitol Hill, Mola Lenghi, H-Town Rush.
We're asking you this morning, should the full Mueller report be released to the public? And you're not the only one answering the questions. Politicians from both sides are arguing over what should be next with the report. Senator Elizabeth Warren saying Congress didn't ask for a summary and the American people deserve to see the full report. Senator Chuck Schumer saying the same thing. Americans want the truth. They deserve the full Mueller report now. But Republicans are saying otherwise. Most of them are saying Trump is vindicated. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy saying after months of manufactured outrage, it is time we move on for the good of our nation. However, our own Senator Ted Cruz has said he too believes the report should be released, saying this has consumed 2 years of Americans' time and we need full transparency. Meanwhile, Trump's hometown newspapers are also reacting. The New York Post front page says no collusion, no obstruction, and the Daily News calling the president Teflon Don, saying the Mueller report can't find collusion. And this story will also air on primetime when CBS News runs an hour-long special tonight. The Mueller Report, a turning point. You'll see it here on KHEU at 9 p.m. Guys?
All right, Janelle, thank you very much. Your Rush Block continues with the day's other big stories, starting with a Houston police sergeant charged with murdering his wife, a school librarian in Pearland. Sergeant Ilario Hernandez was arrested in Kingsville on Saturday. Police say he shot and killed Belinda Hernandez in their Pearland home. Today, grief counselors will be on hand at Shady Crest Elementary in Pearland, where she worked. Another student who survived the Parkland school shooting has died in an apparent suicide. This comes a week after a 19-year-old survivor took her own life. Sydney Aiello's family said she struggled with survivor's guilt and was diagnosed with PTSD.
It's like one of your own, and it's just devastating. It's a tragedy.
Hear more from the survivors ahead on CBS This Morning. A hailstorm slams North Texas. This video from Frisco showing the ice hitting yesterday. One McKinney resident reported seeing golf ball-sized hail. Anita Hill will speak at Rice University today at a forum on the Me Too movement. Her testimony against Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas 30 years ago was one of the highest profile sexual harassment allegations of its time. And the Rockets secure their spot in the playoffs with a win over the Pelicans. Final score 113-90 in New Orleans yesterday. This will be their 7th straight playoff appearance. All right, and that's your Rush Blog. Today's big headlines from here in Houston and around the world. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood. You can tweet us with the hashtag HTownRush.